Let us start with a quote as we proceed into this lesson. The quote is, project creates, program guides, whereas portfolio decides. Now the definition of project. As per PMI and the PMBOK guide, this is the definition of project. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service or result. Simple statement, but very powerful statement. So it has a lot of terms. First thing, a project is a temporary endeavor. In other words, it has a beginning and it has an end. A product temporary doesn't mean it will go on for an infinite period of time. It will start and it will end. Also, temporary doesn't mean the creation of the project, which is a product or a service or a result, is temporary. Next is endeavor. Endeavor means a sense, this is effort put forth by resources of a project. In other words, there will be resources, both human resources as well as non-human resources, which will be putting an effort to create the outcome of a project. Next is unique. Each product or a service or result, that is the outcome of a project, is always unique. It can be tangible or intangible, but they are always unique. Taking an example, I am sitting inside a building which is in Bangalore city. Now in the city, in this building that I am sitting, it has a set of properties or set of attributes. Let us say 10 kilometers down the line, we have exactly same type of building. Same color, same look and feel, same area, the number of furnitures inside the room is all same. But are these two buildings same? Definitely not. The reason is, even if the buildings look and feel are same, the resources involved in creation of the building will be different. The location of the building is different. The timeline to create these buildings are different. The cost will be different. The management constraints will be different. The regulatory approval needed for these two projects will be different. So even if these two project outputs are same, that is the product which is a building are same, these two projects are different. In other words, the output are also different or unique. And a project creates something. It always creates something. It can create a product, or it can create a service, or it can create a result. So I said just now that it creates a product or a service or result. What it means? For example, product. I am using Microsoft PowerPoint to create a set of videos for your understanding. Now Microsoft PowerPoint is a product. I am using this software inside a Hewlett-Packard laptop, which is also a product. The laptop is a product. Now service. A project can also create a service. For example, next to me there is a Nokia mobile phone. In that I have mobile payment service. That is payment as a service. Now I'll put this videos into internet through which you will access. So internet is a service. Now this will be hosted in Google's cloud platform. So the cloud platform of Google is also a service or cloud service. So that is also an outcome of a project. Or it can create also a result. A project can create a result. By result I mean, for example, let us say a research scientist with a team of 4 or 5 people is coming together and they are having a research white paper, let us say maybe 6 months or 9 months down the line. Now that is not a product, that is not a service, but that is a result. So a project can create a product or a service or a result. You can expect questions on definition of project in the PMI PMP exam. Next is operations. Unlike projects, operations are repetitive in nature. That is, they repeat themselves. They are not temporary endeavor. Example is newspaper publications. Let us see, in newspaper publication what happens. If you look at, it has a start time, it has an end time. So it starts at 12 AM and ends at 11:59 PM the same day. It has a set of resources working on it. It will have a cost, it will have a timeline, and it has also a result. Newspaper, you are having a newspaper. You don't read today's newspaper tomorrow. In that sense, it is unique as well. But still, newspaper publication is not considered to be a project. Why? It is repetitive in nature. And because it is repetitive in nature, that's why it will be considered to be an operation. So, as the first tip goes, you can expect questions on the definition of the project in the PMP exam. However, the questions will be rarely direct. The questions will check your understanding on definition of project. There will be situational questions telling you this is what has happened and you're working as a manager. Will you consider it as a project? And our question will be like these are the characteristics of this particular thing that is being done in your organization. Will it be a project? Or if it is a project, how many projects? Next is when the project will end. A project can end when the objectives of the project have been achieved, or the objectives will not or cannot be made. Another aspect, it will end when the need for it no longer exists in the organization. That the project is executing, but you realized or your stakeholders realized that there is no need for this project right now. That time the project can be ended. Or the client means the customer, who can be internal or can be external to the organization, wishes to terminate the project. In that case also the project will be ending. So these are the 3 areas or 3+1 areas which is objectives will not or cannot be met. In these areas the project will be terminated.